up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. If you have my DMs, I do want to see it. You have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey y'all. Well, hello. It's the beginning of a long night for me, like it was on Tuesday. I don't know why I agreed to do these interviews this week. I clearly wasn't looking at the camera, thinking that it was DNC week, and I would be doing like 3 lives in one day, 2 times during the week. But nevertheless, we are here. And we're gonna do our big one. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do the guy. That's what the little kids say. We're gonna do our big one. We're gonna make it happen. Gonna do it like only we can. Child, how are y'all doing today? So I went early, a little bit early today. Not early. I said I went early, a little bit earlier today. I went live a little bit earlier today so I can get off a little bit earlier. Like, I really need to try to be off of here by about 6:30. If I could get out of here by 6:30, that gives me about an hour. I got an interview at 7:30. That interview should take no longer than 45 minutes to an hour. And then after that, we got I almost said watch night. The watch party at 8:45, and that's going to be going until God knows when. So your boy got another long night, but we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it do what it do. We ain't complaining. What Tim Walz said, we'll sleep when we're dead. How about that? We will sleep when we are goddamn dead. So, yeah, let's get this party started. We got Run Your Mouth. We got some things to talk about, y'all. We're gonna have a good time in here today. We got some things to talk about. So I ain't gonna keep you. I ain't gonna do all of the play. Let me say hello to y'all. And after we say hello, we're gonna go ahead, cut the pleasantries, and get this party started. Hey, crazy homebody girl. Harold. Hey, love. How are you, sweetheart? TJ, how you doing today? Huh? How you doing? Hey, L Sid, what's going on? You listening in the bushes? You got to work? I ain't mad at it. Hey, Simera, what's going on? Miss Kiki, how you doing? Montrez, what's good, bruh? What is up? Lovely 31 Blueprint, looking lovely as ever. So Jeff is here. Hey, how are you? You at the airport? Where you going? Where are you going, TJ? We ain't give you no permission to go nowhere. Where you going? Girl. Well, we gonna try to help you make it through the airport, girl. If you over there with TSA and all of that, girl, you gonna need some help making it through. We got you. You sure gonna need some. You did say you was going to Jacksonville. You did, child. I got some trade over in Jacksonville, child. I got a few pieces of trade over in Jacksonville, bitch. Girl. Hey, green girl. Listen. Go over there to the north side of Jacksonville. You know, the south side of Jacksonville, they done gentrified the south side. But the north side is still black. Go over there to that north side of Jacksonville. Girl, I'm trying to tell you what I know. Trade be over there on the north side. Trying to tell you. But yes, we wish you traveling grace and safe travels. Hey, Nessa, where you been, Nessa? Where you been? We ain't seen you in a couple of days. Yeah. We miss you around these spots. Nessa said he working hard too hard. Is anybody hiring? I know that's right, Nessa. Hey, Jim, buddy. What is going on? Nessa, girl, Nessa. What is going on, honey? We ain't synced you at the watch parties or nothing. We've been having watch parties all week, Nessa, and we ain't synced you. You celebrated your 30. Well, happy belated birthday, Nessa. Oh, you was riding that with your boo thing. I ain't mad at it. Child. Happy birthday, Nessa. Happy birthday, my love. So glad that you celebrated your 36. Y'all put a happy belated birthday in the chat for our girl Nessa. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good piece of dick too, honey. Child. Care. Anyway, my ears perked up when you said something about Florida trade. Child, Harold, you better tell them about Florida trade. Florida still got trade. Atlanta ain't got none. But Florida, you can still find trade in Florida. I'm trying to tell you what I know. You ain't gonna find none in Georgia. Ain't no trade in Georgia. Anyway, y'all, put a Shondo in the chat. We about to get this party started. We got some stuff to cover, and we're gonna get out of here because we got 3 lives to do tonight. And we don't have this type of time. We do not have this type of time. All right. See what we got going on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, where's Larry? We got to bring up Larry. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you Larry Myers to usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Worthy of an app.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So love now, I want to fight. Daddy gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And never believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Child, I'm over here rushing, messing up, playing the wrong videos. Let me slow my ass down. Slow my ass down. Trying to rush through. Slow my ass down. Cure. Anyway, so updates on the campaign trail. So listen. Tonight is the night. Listen. Biggest night of Kamala Harris's career. Biggest night of her career. Absolutely biggest night of her career. Hey Patty Duke, what's going on, boo? It gets no bigger for her than tonight. Everybody done went up there and did the goddamn thing. Everyone has gone up there and delivered, did what they were supposed to do, set up. All of the stars have aligned. All of the well, not all of them. We'll talk about that in a couple seconds, in a few minutes. But all of the people, all of the planning, all of the things culminate to well, don't culminate tonight because we still have November 5th. But tonight is the big night. Yeah, Larry's not with us anymore. L Love, he died last year. He died last year. Larry passed away last year. Sure did. Yes, everything. This is the biggest night of your career. The biggest night of your career to date. So, you got to knock it out of the park. You got to treat this. You got. I want what I want her to do. Is I want her to have the energy and vigor that she normally has when we've seen her as a senator, when she is interrogating people that come before Senate Judiciary Committees. Although I want her to have that energy, I don't know that I want the speech to have that tone, though. Hey Tracy W. I do think that you need to put out your platform, but I do think that if you go too if there's a too prosecutorial of a tone, I think it may be off-putting. I do think you have to be vulnerable at times, assertive at times. You got to preach at times. You got to comfort at times. You got to do all of the things. And great orators know what to do and when to do that. So they said that she just put the finishing touches on her speech this morning. Which I'm not, I'm not thrilled about that. I think when you have a good speech, I don't think the morning of you should finish. I think at the latest, maybe the day before you put the finishing touches, maybe even the night before, but I don't know if I like you finishing the morning of, because I need you to get a couple run throughs with that thing, and I need you. It's a performance. They're going to analyze everything she do, every inflection in the voice, every mannerism, every movement of the body, every strand of hair that may or may not be out of place, what color you're wearing, how good your makeup is, your choice in earrings and jewelry. These are the things that you are going to be looked at. Somebody will be writing about it tomorrow. Every aspect of everything that you do tonight will be analyzed by someone tomorrow. So you got to think about that. Fair or unfair, that's the shoes that we've always had to that's the shoes that we've had to live in as Black people, and we accept that. That's why we're great people. So I'm curious to see, from what I'm understanding, it's being said that we will hear much more of her policies, and she's going to lay a lot of that out. People talked about Tim Walz's speech being short last night. I thought Tim Walz's speech was spot on. It wasn't too long. It didn't drag out. Donald Trump's speech at the RNC was like an hour and a half. Hey, Quake, we don't need an hour and a half. Give us a good 30 minutes. That's all we need. Right. They're going to analyze the shape of her eyebrows. They're going to analyze everything. Okay. Give us a good 30 minutes. No more than 45. You give 30 to 45 minutes. That's it. That is all we need tonight, Kamala. That's all we need. So I'm looking forward to it. Y'all know we will be here at the watch party tonight. Watching it live together and talking about it. Now, what else is happening on the campaign trail? Donald Trump is backpedaling and pussy popping. So now he said, oh, I'm not for a nationwide abortion ban. No, I'm not. I would not support a federal ban on abortion, because the Democrats have been hitting him hard this week on that. And he's trying to backpedal off of that and say, I just think it should be in the state's hands. Mm-hmm. What else is happening? Let's see. I do think while I'm looking at this, I do think that she doesn't need to go heavy on policy. I think she just needs to touch on policy, because let's be clear, the DNC is a pep rally. It's not the place where you go heavy, carve out, bit by bit on policy. It's just not designed for that. This is where people want to it's all about the feeling. People want to feel you. People want to know that you're somebody that they can trust the country in the hands of. They want to know that they can trust you. They want to know that you have the temperament. They want to know that you have that they want to feel at least that you have most of their best interests at heart. So that's good. Donald Trump says RFK he has he is not has no plans for RFK to join him tomorrow at his rally. RFK had said that on Friday, he would acquiesce and bow out of the race and give his support to Donald Trump at a rally. And Donald Trump said, I don't have no knowledge of that right now. Yeah. And that's most of people are speculating that y'all's goddess incarnate Beyonce may or may not be there tonight, that she may make an appearance. We don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though. I would not surprise me. Like I told y'all, that should be sickening. If you had both Taylor Swift and Beyonce come out there at the same time, hey Sharice, that would be, shoot, you might break the internet. I'm just saying. But yeah, what she needs to do is she needs to come out there and be authoritative, but be measured, be assertive, but also show that she's caring, and do all of the things. I do think after tonight, you got to put your policies on the website. Like, you have to have that a detailed policy, all of your policies detailed on the website after tonight. The DNC will be over after tonight. So when we wake up in the morning, you got to have that out there. It's no more time. This is not the time to play around. We don't have no more time. You got to put policy on paper. So you got to put that out there by tomorrow. I know that you've been fast tracked, baby. That is, you took it. You said, yes, I will take the nomination. And that means that, unfortunately, you got to put that out there, because otherwise they're going to eat you alive on that. So, yeah. Quake said she ain't her European leg is over. So she could fly. Listen, Taylor Swift got a lot of money, private jets and everything. Even if she is on tour, she could fly on in, say, hey, how you doing? And fly right back out. She's fucking Taylor Swift. Hey, brown mama. So that's but basically the updates from the campaign trail. Of course, yesterday was day 3. We were here watching live as Tim Walz accepted the nomination for vice president of these yet to be United States of America, and Tim Walz understood the assignment. The man reached the. I told y'all before he came out there, Tim Walz's job was to reach parts of the population and the electorate that Kamala Harris just could not reach because she may have been seen as too much of a leftist, because she may be too black, because she may be too Indian, because she may be too much of a woman. Last night, you saw a concerted effort to reach male voters. One, you saw a concerted effort to reach male voters as well as people in the heartland, rural America, the breadbasket, the Midwest, all of those small town America people, white people. This was last night was for the white people, the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Let's be clear. It's for those poor white people who think that just because they're white, they still are better than any other race. And that's what it was designed to do. It was designed to make them feel at home. It was designed to give them the warm and fuzzy feeling. And it had all of that. His speech delivered on, he checked every box. He talked policy when he needed. He gave anecdotes when he needed. He made sure he had jokes conveniently put in there when you need it. He knew all of the good old boy, attaboy references to make that spoke to white people. He had his wife with her blonde, her bleached blonde hair up there, and his wholesome kids. He had the football team come out up there right before him and relive their state championship. All of it. All of it. All of it. I'm just saying. He checked all of the boxes, understood the assignment, said, yep, let's do it. Let's get her done. And he did. I think that many people in America were not familiar with him. Even after he was he was selected, many people a lot of people still don't watch cable television like that, or cable news television, I should say. So many people just were not aware of who he was. And so if that was his coming out party and that introduced him to America, what a great introduction. I am sure the white America is looking at that like, oh yeah, I can get with that. And I think that it speaks to them a lot more than a Donald Trump can speak to them or a JD Vance can speak to them. It was a powerful message sent last night. Hey, Miss Bay Thing, what's going on, boo? So yeah, awesome speech last night, Tim Walz. You don't owe us nothing. Don't owe us nothing. Don't owe us nothing. Of course, we had other highlights from last night. We had Gus Walz that had everybody in their feelings, had everybody, boohoo snot bubble crying. We had Gus Walz. Listen, you're just not human. If Gus Walz did not tug at your heartstrings, you're not human. You're not human. Oprah Winfrey came and delivered a speech for the first time at a DNC. Oprah has never spoke at a DNC, ever. She made it a point during her speech to say, I'm an independent. She has never now, and which is surprising because if you remember, Oprah Winfrey was the first celebrity to endorse Barack Obama. And she did it early when everybody was still behind Hillary back in '08. Oprah Winfrey was first. And she still didn't speak at that DNC in '08. This was her first DNC that she spoke at. And she was phenomenal. She was everything. Oprah was Oprah. Phenomenal orator. Gifted in delivery. The way she connected the dots between Jim Crow America, when she talked about Tessie having to have them block out the windows of the schools so snipers did not shoot them, and then tethered that to Kamala being a black woman who now could take the highest seat in the country. Oh, it was a great speech teaching the people last night. Teaching the people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mr. Pisces. You had so Oprah now, y'all people, and it be black people. Y'all be the ones that piss me off about Oprah. Black people came out today, and you know what black people, instead of saying, Oprah, appreciate it, love you down, girl, you did great. You know what y'all was saying? Well, what happened to the kids, the girls in South Africa? Oh, girl. I just looked at the tweets and stuff. I was like, oh, girl. Y'all need to leave Oprah alone. Oprah ain't bothering nobody, okay? God. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what, somebody just texted me. I don't even know what that shit means. But yes, they always bother Oprah. Oprah be out here doing the Lord's work. Oprah be out here giving money, time, effort, energy, bringing a spotlight to our people and our culture and those things that we care about. Hey, Catherine Power. Oprah be out here giving millions of dollars. Oprah be out here behind the scenes, oftentimes without any publicity, doing a whole lot of good shit. And every time y'all always got some shit to say about Oprah. Mind you, the people saying shit about Oprah, if they were worth $3+ billion with a B like her, they wouldn't give our black asses a goddamn thing. Wouldn't give us a motherfucking dime. But they got a whole lot to say about Oprah because they love to talk about this black woman. Let me shut up. They don't want me to talk about that because there's other black billionaires and y'all ain't asking them to give a dime. Aren't the Carters billionaires with the B? How much are they giving back? Let's pull the record and see how much the Carters, and y'all know what Carters I'm talking about. Y'all's girl and boy. Are they giving back as much as she done gave back? What about Byron Allen? He's a billionaire. He giving money to our black asses? What about Puffy and Kanye and all of these black billionaires? Rihanna. She's a billionaire. How much are they giving back to our black asses? As opposed to giving back, you know what they're doing? Oh, we need more money. Oh, here's something else. Give us your money. Here's something else. Give us your money. Here's something else. Let me shut up. Y'all don't want me to talk about it. Y'all don't want to hear that today. Let me shut up. But y'all got a whole lot of smoke for Oprah and none of the smoke for the other black billionaires. I'm just saying. All of the smoke for Oprah, who been in the game for 40 years. 40 plus years. 40 plus years. Shedding truth, light, and truth in America about the issues and the people that concern blackness and black culture. She's been doing this for years, decades. But y'all got all the smoke. I'm just saying. Just saying. Exactly. Harold, they don't even hold their own politicians in their own community feet to the fire. But they over here bothering Oprah. Child. Let me not start. Let me not start. I had to give a little bit for Oprah because y'all be over here giving Oprah the blues, and Oprah ain't did nothing to y'all. They be over here giving Oprah the blues. We love you, Oprah. Oprah, girl, we love you, girl. Hello, Shay. They ain't even registered to vote. Exactly. Michael Jordan is a billionaire. Magic Johnson is a billionaire. Now, Magic Johnson gives a lot. Let me take Magic Johnson out of that conversation because Magic Johnson do be giving. Michael Jordan, though, I don't know. We're going to have to pull a record. Pull a record. She ain't embarrassed us. She did nothing. But y'all around here bothering Oprah. I'm just saying. Girl, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Oh, my God. Let me shut up. Let me shut the hell up. In addition to Oprah, who was awesome last night. Okay, I'll say Michael Jordan has already let it be known he does not deal with you Negroes. He doesn't. He divorced his black wife, got him a white wife, and said, I ain't doing nothing else with you people. Y'all done did too many crying meme emojis on my ass. I don't fuck with you hoes no more. Okay, Michael. You the one was crying at your Hall of Fame speech. We make you cry. Child. Tyler is a billionaire and Tyler gives. Now, that's one thing you never will take away from Tyler. Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey are black billionaires who do nothing but give back. Now, those two right there, I dare you to tell me that they don't give. They give more than a little bit, probably more than some people would think that they should. In addition to Oprah, we had Wes Moore, who a lot of America did not know who he was. He quietly, in the year of our Lord 2022, was elected to the office of governor, first black governor in the great state of Maryland. I believe he's only, I think he's only like the fourth black governor in the history of the country. I think he's like the fourth. Somebody check me on that. I think he's like only the fourth black governor in the history of the country. Somebody please check me on that. I think. Anyway, but a lot of America did not know who he was. Okay. A lot of people, we talking billionaires with the B. Mariah, Janet, and Anita are not billionaires. We're talking billionaires. There's a difference. 3 comma club people, Mr. Pisces. I'm just saying. What's up with us? We ready for tonight's symmetry? You know, we'll be back on at 8:30, 8:45-ish. We'll be here. But Wes Moore came out there and said, hey, oh, it's my time? All right, I'm ready. Let's do the goddamn thing. Jumped in there and said, how you like me fucking now? Wes Moore said, oh, y'all think Josh Shapiro the only one that's a rising star in this party? Wes Moore, 45 years old, young, good-looking, gifted black man, former soldier in the army, actually went to war. That Wes Moore, he checks all the boxes. Came out there and delivered a speech, akin to the 2004 Barack Obama speech, when nobody knew who Barack Obama was in 2004, and 4 years later, he was president, elected president. That was a speech. Everybody talked about Josh Shapiro and how he was the rising star. That speech that Wes Moore gave outshadowed and usurped Josh Shapiro's speech. And I'm gonna tell you what messed up Josh Shapiro. That rally that Kamala and Tim Walz had when Tim Walz was announced in Pennsylvania. A lot of people saw that rally, right? And he kind of gave a speech last night similar to the speech that he gave at that rally where there are a lot of people watching. So it seemed like, oh, that's Josh Shapiro. Oh, he seems like Obama light. We see what we see you trying to be Obama. That was Westmore. Westmore got up there, hey Yana, and said, I ain't Obama, I ain't Josh Shapiro, I'm fucking Westmore. And you gonna know who the hell I am. I was here for it, Westmore. You didn't hear him and say, oh, he sounds like so and so. Oh, he sounds like that person. No, he sounded like himself. And was great at it. Phenomenal. Awesome job, Westmore. Now people are saying that he may be, if she wins, he may be offered a cabinet position. I don't think he'll take a cabinet position. I don't think he will. He's only at this point 2 years into his tenure as governor, and I'm sure he has some things that he wants to accomplish as governor. I think should he be reelected in 2026, 2 years from now, if he's reelected to governor, that will then catapult him and he's next man up. He becomes next man up. I told y'all the two rising stars in the Democratic Party is Westmore and Raphael Warnock. Is those two. Those are the two who I'm watching as rising stars within the Democratic Party. Now, can I say something about Westmore and Raphael Warnock? It may be too early, but I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all get mad at me. I don't care. I'm rooting for a Westmore and a Raphael Warnock because both of their parents look like me. I'm going to just let that sit right there. I'm just going to get off screen and just say both Raphael Warnock and Westmore, both of their parents, mom and dad, look like me. Only problem I have with Westmore and Raphael Warnock is both of them are alphas. So my alpha friends would never let me live that down. But both of their parents, I'm just trying to tell you what I know. Both of them. L says you said we need Raphael Warnock in Georgia. I don't know that he would run for governor. You think he would run for governor? I think Raphael Warnock has his sights higher than governor. I'm telling you what I know. I think he has his sights higher than governor. But and what I'm by me saying both of their parents, that's no slight to Barack. That's no slight to Kamala. But please believe. Because can we just talk with just us? It's just us black people in here. If you white and you in the bushes, just stay in the bushes for now. This is just us talking in the black circle. Just be glad that we invited you to the conversation, okay? Just be glad we letting you sit there. If you a white person in the bushes, sit there and be quiet now. Don't jump out here in this conversation. Grown folks over here talking, okay? Just have a seat and shut the fuck up. One of the things that we loved about our girl, our forever first president, Michelle, because Michelle was black. Michelle Robinson, both her parents was black. She grew up in a household. We knew what was going on in that household. There was never any question about Michelle Robinson. Let's be clear. If we want to talk about it. So when you start to talk about a Wes Moore, a Raphael Warnock. I'm just telling you what I know. Those of us in the black delegation, we can look at them and say, baby, that's all us. That's all us up in there. All us up in there. Oh, yes. Shall I tell you? Westmore's wife? Oh, she black. She black. Mm-hmm. Go look her up. Ask the people from Maryland. I'm just saying. Ask the people from Maryland about his wife. Ain't she black? Last time I checked, I thought she was black. Ain't she black? She black. Hey, SJ. Hey, Pinky Tiki. I'm just saying. And the kids black too. They black. I'm just saying. I'm over here. I just have to speak the truth. I'm just saying. We talk for real over here. Listen, I keep telling y'all, Malcolm Kenyatta. I love, if you followed Malcolm Kenyatta's career, Malcolm Kenyatta, when he first got state senate, he was very self-conscious. You wouldn't see him on television because he was bigger. Malcolm Kenyatta, if you know his story, he lost a lot of weight. He's lost a lot of weight. He's worked on his body. He's lost a lot of weight. And so it's so interesting that so many people talk about how good he looks now. He did lose a lot of weight, but him and his husband been together since he was big. Him and his husband have been together, and that is two black men that love each other. That's why I always get excited to see Malcolm Kenyatta speaking on these platforms. Malcolm Kenyatta spoke on Monday on these platforms, speaking, having a voice for us that are black and are gay and don't mind being with somebody else that's black too. Because every now and again, we need to see some black love. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me move on. We also saw, y'all don't want me to talk about this stuff. This is not the kind of stuff that people want to hear me talk about. They don't want to hear me talk about this. We also had the incandescent Amanda Gorman, looking beautiful, speaking words, that touch the soul. Our great spirit Maya Angelou went on to be with the ancestors. Some of our other greats have gone on. Gwendolyn Brooks is going on. Nikki Giovanni, she's up in age. She hasn't gone on. She's up in age as well. But you got Amanda Gorman step right in to carry the fucking mantle, and I'm here for it. I'm just saying, I'm here for it. I always forget to turn my monetization on. I always forget, Mr. Pisces. It's not that serious for me, they gonna snatch it from me anyway. They always every time I turn on my monetization, it turned yellow, and then I have to dispute it, and it take like a whole day before they give me full monetization. And then after that, all of the money that I would have made, I don't make anyway. So that's why I don't be caring. Anyway, but yeah, Amanda Gorman was great. We have had an awesome DNC. One of the DNCs for the books. One of the ones for the books. For the books. So you said they family look like mine. They family look like yours, Yana. Go look them up. Now I'm not gonna talk about Raphael Warnock and his family situation, because his baby mama tried to throw him under the bus. I remember that when he was running. Yeah, she tried to give him the blues. But she is black. She is black. She tried to give him the blues. Hey, Xavier. Xavier, where the hell you been, Xavier? Because we ain't seen you in not one watch party. Well, it was his wife. I think they still officially married. The light skinned chick. I think they still officially married. But I remember it was a whole situation where the baby mom was like, "Oh, is he taking care of his child?" It was a whole situation, which then came out to be lies. She was trying to. She had been. It was a whole expose. She had been paid by certain people to come out and say certain things on cameras to make him look bad. It was a whole situation. It was a whole situation that it had been found out that she had been paid by people on the other side to come out and say things that were not true about him, and it was a whole like video and everything. You can go look it up. You can go look it up. It was while he was running back in 2022. Anyway, so last night was great. But one thing that we spoke about last night, you're not going to hear a lot about it because mainstream media is going to wax poetic and sentimental and talk all good stuff. We talked yesterday about the fact that they had that Jewish mother and father come up there and speak about their child that had been that's a hostage, but did not give any Palestinians a chance to speak. So the uncommitted um national movement, they had over and over and over asked the DNC, asked the Harris Walz campaign, can you at least let us have one person have a platform? The person they wanted to go up there was a doctor who had been working on patients over in Gaza. And so she could tell the story of what's really happening on the ground over there. They were told no. They asked if about 7 or 8 other people could go up there and give words to speak about the plight of the Palestinians, so that the only thing that you didn't hear was just, the talking about, I think it was several hundred hostages that were that they have, as opposed to 40 plus thousand people that have been murdered. But they continued to answer no. So much so, I gotta this came out. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this up for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a moment. Let me pull this up for y'all. Hold on just a moment. And some people are gonna say, "Oh, why are they protesting? Oh, they need to get over it. Oh, they need to shut up." That's easy for you to say when you don't have dozens of your family members that have died. Because if you had dozens of your, let's be clear, if you had dozens of your family members that were dead and they ain't did nothing, ain't don't have nothing to do with what's going on, and nobody's saying anything, and people are saying, "Oh, oh, nothing to see here," and it's so disingenuous. It's so disingenuous for the United States government to say, "Oh, we're out here brokering a ceasefire, but you're giving more ammunition, more bombs, more arsenal to the people that are doing the killing. You're giving them money, you're giving them ammunition, you're giving them money, arsenal, but you're saying, oh, we want a ceasefire. The ceasefire might go over a little better if you stop giving them money and ammo." I'm just saying. So they started a sit-in last night. The uncommitted national movement, they had a sit-in last night, and They had a sit-in last night during the convention, and it's still going on right now. It started last night and it's still going on right now. If you remember yesterday, I said, oh, thank you so much, L Love. L Love is always blessing me. Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. You are L Love be spoiling me. Thank you so much for your for donating to the platform, L Love. Love you so much. Um it started last night. It's still going on today. If you remember last night, I said I was holding out faith that, well, maybe they'll have a Palestinian family or somebody to represent the Palestinian side on tonight. The Uncommitted National Movement, at least up to last time I checked, said no. They've been told no at every turn, and you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything by telling both sides. You've had a great DNC to this point, and if you're going to be the party that's the big tent that is supposed to more effectively represent the American electorate, you have to understand that there is a faction of the American electorate that are Arab American, that are Palestinian, that do have people that have died over there and are still being killed as we speak. And to not allow them to give their story, let's be clear, the mom and dad that came up there had everybody in there in tears, had everybody in tears in the United Center. But that does not bode well. You're not giving us the full story if you only make it seem like, okay, these are the only people that's suffering because they had and damn the 40 plus thousand people that are being murdered. So and I see what you're saying, Volvo. This isn't about your politics. This isn't about your viewpoints and vantage points, because the viewpoint and vantage point should be that, damn how you feel about Israel or Hamas. Thousands of innocent civilians should not be murdered. Tens of thousands of innocent civilians should not be murdered. And that should be something that no matter your politics, no matter how you feel, no matter your nationality, should be spoken to. I think they also should have people speaking to what's going on in Sudan and the Congo, because America is acting like they have nothing to do with what's going on in Sudan and the Congo, and they have so much to do with what's going on over there as well. This came out this morning. I know y'all. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all can't see that. Hold on. Let me make that bigger. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a moment. Let me make that bigger for y'all so y'all can see that. That's my bad, y'all. My bad. Hold on for a moment. Let me make that screenshot bigger. All right. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because I do want y'all to be able to see what they wrote. Because listen, I would not be fair if I only talked about the good stuff. Y'all know I'm never like that. I'm always fair in what I discuss and in my analysis. So I don't just want to talk about what the good stuff is. We have to be, complete in what we talk about when we cover these things. All right. This is coming from Muslim Women for Harris Walz. Just like they had Black Women for Harris, they had all of the different groups. There was a Muslim Women for Harris, and then it turned into Muslim Women for Harris Walz. It says, this is their statement: we cannot in good conscience, this came out this morning, we cannot in good conscience continue Muslim Women for Harris Walz in light of this new information from the Uncommitted Movement that VP Harris's team declined their request to have a Palestinian American speaker take the stage at the DNC. The family of the Israeli hostage that was on stage tonight has shown more empathy towards Palestinian Americans and Palestinians than our candidate for the DNC has. This is a terrible message to send to Democrats. Palestinians have the right to speak about Palestine. We pray that the DNC and VP Harris's team makes the right decision before the convention is over, for the sake of each of us. And that comes from women, Muslim women for Harris Walz. I can't say that I blame them. Cannot. I cannot say that I blame them at all. At all. So but here's the deal, Xavier. Remember, if you watched the news last week, they talked about Donald Trump having a conversation with Benjamin Netanyahu. Just called him on the phone and had a whole conversation with him when they were in the middle of ceasefire negotiations. I think that was earlier this week, actually. I don't indulge in conspiracy theories. However, let me tell you how serious this is. Because there are people that are going to say stuff like, oh, why are we worried about that? Oh, shut up. Oh, that doesn't concern us. We only need to be concerned about what we got going on here. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. These people over there are on the precipice of actual war. I don't know if y'all know this. They've already sent the second warship. They've already sent their second, the SS Abraham Lincoln has already been sent. Their second warship has been sent over there to the Middle East. They are preparing for a war. Israel has already did all of the wrong things. They done bothered Iran, and Iran is the worst person to mess with, because if you bother Iran, all of that shit over there will blow up. And it is going, Iran has already said, oh, we are coming. We just not going to tell you hoes we'll be coming, but we are coming. Why is that important? Because I'm telling you what these white people going to do. If this country goes to war before November 5th, because y'all thinking, oh, this doesn't affect me. Benjamin Netanyahu don't want no parts of Kamala Harris. He wants every parts of Donald Trump. I believe in my heart of hearts that conversation between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu was, bruh, I need you to go ahead and make this war happen. Because Donald Trump knows if the country goes to war, Kamala Harris does not win this election. And that's full stop. I know how these white people are. We know how these white people think. We know this patriarchal, misogynistic American culture that we live in. If a war breaks out in the Middle East and we have to go to fucking war prior to November 5th, all of the polls that they're giving you, all of the things that they're talking about, you would throw all of that shit out of the garbage, because white people are not going to elect Kamala Harris to go and be commander-in-chief while we are in active war. I'm telling you how this is going to work. So I hate when I hear people say, oh, they need to shut up. Oh, this don't matter. Oh, this shit is very tenuous. At the drop of a dime, all this shit could change. Iran is waiting. They are a nuclear power. Iran has nuclear weapons. Hello, newsflash. Iran has nuclear weapons. Benjamin Netanyahu took his stinking ass over there and fucked with Iran. And Iran was not bothering them. What did Iran do? Iran said, we're going to give you a warning shot. And they sent and basically told them, we're sending missiles to you. And they send hundreds of missiles over there with forewarning, basically warning Netanyahu them to know these missiles are coming. This is a warning shot. And they still had people that died on the ground. Most of the Iron Dome did thwart, and you know they had cruise missiles that intercepted most of the missiles, but there were some that got through, and there were casualties in Israel. And this was with a warning shot where they knew it was coming. They knew that Iran was coming, was going to retaliate. Benjamin Netanyahu don't give a fuck, because guess what? He's not liked over in Israel as well. They don't like his ass over there, just like we don't like Donald Trump. And he knows if they end up in the he knows that the longer that a war goes on, the more he's going to stay in power. That's all Benjamin Netanyahu wants, is to stay in power. And the longer they're at war, the more he's going to stay in power. And the longer he's going to stay in power. And I promise you, we are being drug into this war. Drug into it. Because you got a motherfucker over there that just don't give a damn. It ain't his money. It ain't his weapons. It ain't his arsenal. It's all our money, all our weapons, all of our arsenal. So now he could act like he's playing a video game, or he's playing the board game Battleship. Oh, let me just play Battleship. I'm telling y'all what I know. So this thing is real serious. Real serious. I hope, and let's be clear, I'm not trying to trivialize it to saying, oh, if the DNC allows a Palestinian to go up, that's going to make everything better. It's not going to make everything better. But what it will do is it will speak to the fact that you do see and understand that there are two sides to this. It will speak to people and let them know that you are not going to continue what Biden did and basically say his full-throated support to Israel and all of their fuck shit, and damn everybody else. Because if you don't get in line with all of their demands, your demands don't matter. Because that's what's happening in a lot of these ceasefire negotiations. Israel goes and says, this what we want. Hamas says, this what we want. Israel say, we're not doing that. I don't give a damn. And when you come out of the meeting, it's being said that, oh, well, Hamas didn't want to agree to a ceasefire. That's not how negotiations work. Negotiations go both ways. I'm sorry, y'all. That was I don't want to be a Debbie Downer about the DNC, but that I have to talk about everything that's going on. Yes, we have great speeches and feel good moments on the inside, but there is still things going on the outside that we do need to be concerned about, and that more so than Donald Trump. Because if Donald Trump side don't give a damn, they know if we go to war, they get elected. That's why they don't want no parts of a ceasefire. So, yeah. Anyway, uncommitted is that's not true. K's burner account. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. We have to stay informed and can't get too right. We have to stay informed. We cannot get too comfortable. Cannot, because like I said, just like the race shifted real fast soon as Kamala got in the race and everything changed. It's a long time. 76 days sounds like it's not a lot of time, but you see every day almost seems like a week. Every day during this election cycle since July 21st has seemed like a damn week. Okay. So my point being, just like things seem to be going in one direction, these things go with the tides, and it's up, down, up, down, up, down. So Well, case burner account. You're not. I don't even know if you can. I don't know when you came in. I don't even know if you understand. The people outside are not saying that they don't support the Harris ticket. They absolutely support the Harris ticket. They're on record saying they support the Harris ticket. Otherwise, they would not be wanting to have a seat at the table, and they wouldn't want to be having a voice inside that building. They didn't go over to the RNC to try to get a voice on that stage because they don't want a voice on that stage because they don't support Donald Trump and the Republicans and what they want to do over there. But because they know they at least have the opportunity for there to be a conversation had, a serious conversation had about the plight of the Palestinians on the DNC side, that's why they're upset that they're not even being at least given the opportunity to have a voice. They absolutely support the Harris ticket. Case burner account. If you're going to come in and add to the conversation, you have to come in and add at least come in knowing what we've talked about, and not just what we've talked about today, but knowing the full breadth of what we talked about on this issue for months now. We have talked about this issue for months. We're not Johnny come latelys here. Some other YouTube channels are only talking politics this week because of the DNC. That's not us here. We've been doing this for years. We're not new to this. We're true to this. We ain't just started talking about Israel, Hamas, and Palestine. We ain't just started talking politics. We haven't just started talking foreign affairs. We are very informed over here. Very informed. So, yeah. There's that. So I applaud the uncommitted movement. They're not letting up. They are saying, listen, we are not gonna let up. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Well, that's true too, Cymera. And the issues with the Palestinians and Israel did not start on October 7th. And I hate that when people formulate their arguments or start the conversation, they started October 7th, thinking that it all just sparked off there. Oh, no. Oh, there was a breaking point. So thank y'all hall monitors for handling everything. I already know my hall monitors, they'll handle everything. But yes, y'all know we'd go monitor this situation. We'll be looking tonight to see if and I know I may not be able to somebody, I know y'all gonna be watching even when I'm doing the interview tonight. I know y'all will be watching and y'all will be making sure to see who's on stage. So if they do allow somebody to give voice to the other side, to the plight of the Palestinians, and I happen to miss it, y'all let me know when we start the watch party, please. Okay. All right. Exactly, Jim Bunny. All right. So also at the DNC, hey, yeah, I'm from Texas. Child, they tried to come in here and act like we was one of them other YouTube channels that don't talk politics all the time, that are ill-informed and can't speak on the issues. Oh, no, boo-boo. We over here do this all the time. This is what we do. This ain't the hill you want to die on, not talking politics with us. That's some other channels that decided this week was their week to come in, and they only give you parts, bits and pieces, or can't even tell you who it is that's on stage talking, can't give you no context, insight, nothing about what's going on. Let me shut up. Don't do that, L. Teddy. That's just wrong. That's wrong for you to talk about the people like that. Anyway. So we got a situation going on over at the DNC. Girl, let me read this to y'all. Authorities were likely prepared for any attacks targeting the Democratic National Convention. However, what they're investigating at this time isn't a suspected shooter or a bag of homemade explosive. The threat was found inside food. The FBI are working with authorities from the Chicago Police Department to investigate an incident that occurred Wednesday morning at the Fairmont Hotel, where delegates from Indiana, Minnesota, Ohio, Missouri, and South Dakota were being hosted. Police say guests received reports of maggots being found in their breakfast that was prepared for a DNC related event, with an appearance by U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. A hotel spokesperson told reporters the staff worked immediately to clean and sanitize the area. However, that still leaves the question of how the maggots even got there in the first place. Now, authorities are investigating the incident as an intentional act. Security for the convention released a statement saying multiple unknown female offenders are alleged to have entered the hotel building on the North Columbus Drive side and began placing, quote, unknown objects onto tables containing food, end of quote, before fleeing the area. The incident came hours before the DNC featured speakers who were previously held captive by Hamas back in October. Pro-Palestinian activists nationally have criticized the Democratic Party for supporting President Joe Biden backing Israel's relentless terror on Gaza ahead of the convention. Up to the 20,000 people who marched to the convention's location calling for a ceasefire. This article is very let me keep reading. Quote, all Americans have the right to peaceful protest, but ugly attacks like this have no place in our democracy. We thank the security team for responding swiftly, end of quote, said Indiana Democratic Party spokesperson Sam Barloga. It's unclear how many people got to eat before they identified the parasites, but authorities said one person was treated and released on scene. They're painting this as if these were pro-Palestinian protesters that did this, and at this point, we have no idea that that's who did this, but that's what they're trying to paint this as. You said that's a very expensive hotel, quintessential. Child, I'm just saying. They're trying to point this as being pro-Palestinian protesters, and they just don't know at this point. They're still investigating. But listen, I'd be real mad if I get ready to chomp down, because how many of us just when we get food, especially if it's a fancy hotel like quintessential say, oh, I expect this food to be sick. Baby, they're going to put the food down, and because sometimes when I look at my food, I take a quick glance, and then I, get my, and if I take a quick glance, I may or may not see the maggots. I don't know. It's just disgusting to me. I don't even want to think about it. It's making my stomach turn as we speak. Hey, Ravine, you real late to class today, Ravine. Real late. We got to move on. This is my trigger warning to you, okay? This is my trigger warning. I'm giving you a trigger warning right now. Do not say that you did not get a trigger warning before we go into this next story. So when forever First Lady and former President Barack Obama come out on the scene, the racists come back out and do it. They do. I just want y'all to get a gander for what the other side, the racists, are now saying about our forever First Lady. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Nick Fuentes.
So I really don't like the Obamas. I especially don't like Michelle. She's a bitch. And she had this little riff in there right in the middle of the speech where she's talking trash about Trump and saying, oh, Trump was such a narrow-minded guy. He couldn't handle a couple of smart, successful, educated black people. You know, and there's so many, it's a lot of the women. So many black people think that way. That is such an off-putting, resentful attitude. It's gross. That's part of what's wrong with black people in America is that chip on their shoulder. No humility. No humility. They're the first ones to come up and say, oh, well, we didn't have it easy because of racism and white people have it easy. Shut up. I'm so sick of that attitude we get. You know, they're so proud, so uppity. They were so fake, so arrogant, so smug, resentful, uppity, that chip on their shoulder. I mean, they really think they have it going on. And they hate, you can tell they hate this country. They hate white people. They hate anybody that isn't a liberal, jagoff, you know, cosmopolitan, yuppie. Man, I cannot describe how much I do not like the Obamas. And it's got, you know, and they always say, oh, it's because we're black, isn't it? I mean, talk about no fucking class. You're the president and the first lady, and still, all this time later, they had no business doing it. And still, in 2024, after everything that's happened, they're going to come up and say, oh, it's because we're black. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so sick of that. Anyway, what was I had some other point I was going to make. I really don't like them. Oh, I was going to say, and it's got, ironically, it has nothing to do with them being black.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Nick Fuentes, the same Nick Fuentes who your former president, Donald John Trump, often invited to the White House, had a seat at the table in the Oval Office with him. Invited to the White House to have conversations and talk American politics with. This is why when you got black people over here talking about supporting a Donald Trump and going along with this fuck shit and fuckery, I have no energy for it. All of these black people that be like, oh, Donald Trump, he cares about us. We were so much better under him. You have no fucking idea who the fuck you're dealing with. That right there is what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Donald Trump. That's what you're dealing with. That is what you're telling us that we should go and vote for. That is the type of demagoguery that is celebrated and given a seat at the table by the other side, by Donald Trump. And I'm not being hyperbolic. The man had him come to the White House several times to have conversations, to talk politics, to hear him talk about and opine about his views on America. Someone like that, we don't need to know his views on America. We don't need to goddamn know. And even more angry than I am about him and what he said about my forever first lady, I get exponentially more angry when I see stupid ass. The real bitches are the ones who support the Donald Trumps and these people. Those are the people, the black people who support Donald Trump and his demagoguery and these white racist people. Those are the people who I'm even more upset about, because white people are going to do what white people do. Racist people are going to be racist. But when we got our own people supporting this stupidity and then having the gall to tell us that we are the problem because we're not helping them support that level brand of fuckery, suck my ass. I'm spiking out. Larry, I'm spiking out. Please save me, Larry. Please, save Larry, save me.
Oh, God.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. Daddy gave, yeah, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Sorry about that, y'all. I was spiking out. I needed a moment. But as angry as I am for about that racist person, I'm exponentially more angry with those of us that try to tell us to support that side. Those are the people who Harriet made sure to have a shotgun for. The shotgun Harriet had was more so for those of us that was with the fuck shit than it was for the white people, because she knew even hundreds of years ago, Harriet knew bastards was with the fuck shit, and she told they asses, listen, if you ain't going on to freedom with us, fine, but your ass ain't going back. So you either coming with us to freedom or your ass is gonna die. Decide what the fuck you gonna do. That's why Harriet carried the fucking shotgun, to blow a bastard's brains out when they tried it. Because there's so many of us that be trying it with the fuck shit. Anyway, we love you, Michelle. We love you. Everything you are, everything you stand for. You are the pinnacle of Black excellence. And you demonstrate to every other race, ethnicity, and creed of people who is truly the superior race of people. And that is what you show every time you grace a stage and open your mouth. And we thank you for it, Michelle. We love you. The United States Supreme Court. The next couple of stories I really want y'all to pay attention to, because because tonight is the big night, but then Friday is going to come, and when Friday comes, we have to look to November. We got to start thinking about making sure we get out and vote, making sure we know everything that we need to vote, going and checking our voter registrations within our respective state, knowing the rules, knowing the laws, knowing what you need to make sure that you are able to vote and that your vote is counted, because we can feel as good as we want to, but feelings ain't votes. Okay, we need votes after tonight. Damn how you feel, we need goddamn votes. Okay, so we got to start to pivot and talk about actual voting. Okay, doing something. Like Michelle say, do something. So the next couple stories speak to voting issues that we have going on in some states, and I need y'all to pay attention so you can be informed of what's going on. We talked yesterday about Alabama and some voting situations in Alabama where there are convicted felons that will be able to vote, who may be told that they're not able to vote, but they will be able to vote. This is affecting the state of Arizona. So the Supreme Court today declined to revive parts of a Republican-backed Arizona law that could have barred thousands of voters from casting a ballot in the November presidential election or voting by mail. But it permitted other controversial requirements of that law to take effect. The Supreme Court left in place a lower court's ruling that barred enforcement of the voting law that required voters to document their U.S. citizenship to vote in this year's presidential election. So they stopped you from having to do that. But they did still allow the state to enforce a requirement that would-be voters document their citizenship before registering to vote using a state registration form. So they're not saying that you have to show your citizenship to vote in this year's election, but you do have to show your citizenship before registering to vote in Arizona. But they so that's the good part. The bad part is they do still they allowed to stay in there where proof of citizenship will be required for new voters in some circumstances. Voters who cannot document their citizenship status will still be allowed to register using a federal form. We know that Arizona is considered a battleground state. They're going to do everything in their power to suppress the vote in Arizona. Please be clear. If you are in Arizona and you are not yet registered to vote, regardless of what this law say, you go, you register, and you go through the whole process and let them tell you, no, you're not allowed to register. I don't want you to let myself or any talking head, talk you out of at least trying to register. You go register and force them to tell you that you're not qualified to register to vote. So let me go to the next state, which is Arkansas. Now we got some bad news in Arkansas. What happened in Arkansas is their Supreme Court upheld the rejection of petitions to let voters decide on abortion access. The Arkansas Supreme Court upheld the state's rejection of signed petitions for an abortion rights ballot initiative, keeping the proposal from going before voters in November. The ruling dashed the organizers' hopes of getting the constitutional amendment measure onto the ballot in the predominantly Republican state, where many top leaders promote their opposition to abortion. Election officials said Arkansas for limited government failed to comply with the state law, primarily because it submitted documentation regarding paid signature gatherers separately and not in a single bundle. Let me read that again, because this is all a little technicality. Election officials said Arkansas for Limited Government, that's the organization that was trying to get abortion on the ballot, failed to comply with state law primarily because it submitted documentation regarding paid signature gatherers separately and not in a single bundle. The group then argued that it should have been given more time to provide any additional documents needed. But the Supreme Court said in their 4-3 decision, quote, we find that the secretary correctly refused to count the signatures collected by paid canvassers because the sponsor failed to file the paid canvasser training certification. These are all technicalities. Oh, you didn't have it all bundled together. Oh, you forgot to file the training certification for paid canvasser. Just a whole bunch of fuck shit. You know this is Arkansas, governed by Governor Quasimodo. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The same state that eliminated child labor laws. They don't want abortion on the ballot because they know it's going to pass. Every red state that has had abortion on the ballot, abortion is won. Everywhere. And Governor Quasimodo over there, she don't give a damn about nobody's rights. I feel myself spiking out. And then because this is Governor Quasimodo, here you go.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today, we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women doing real things.
Real women work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
I really hate Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She really, I really don't like her. I really don't. In more spiky news, we got to travel over to Tennessee, which if my history serves me correctly, was the last state to ratify the 13th Amendment and abolish slavery. Last state. I think that was Tennessee. So Tennessee, here's what happened in Tennessee. A federal judge panel has dismissed a lawsuit alleging that Tennessee's U.S. House maps and those for the state Senate amount to unconstitutional racial gerrymandering. In the ruling, the judicial panel stated, quote, in sum, the complaint alleges facts that are inconsistent with a racial gerrymander, but the facts are also consistent with a political gerrymander. End of quote. The complaint was the first court challenge over a 2022 congressional redistricting map that carved up Democratic-leaning Nashville to help Republicans flip a seat in last year's election, a move that critics claim was done to dilute the power of Black voters and other communities of color in one of the state's few Democratic strongholds. The lawsuit also challenged State Senate District 31 in majority Black Shelby County, including part of Memphis, using similar arguments and saying that the white voting age population went up under the new maps. A Republican now holds that seat. However, the three federal judges who wrote the ruling argued there was another clear motivation behind Tennessee's Republican state legislative supermajority by pointing to naked partisanship as the likely straightforward explanation. In 2019, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that disputes over partisan gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts are none of its business, limiting those to state courts under their own constitutions and laws. Most recently, the High Court upheld South Carolina's congressional map in a 6-3 decision that said the state General Assembly did not use race to draw districts based on the 2020 census. In Tennessee's case, the plaintiffs included the Tennessee State Conference of the NAACP, the African American Clergy Collective of Tennessee, the Equity Alliance, the League of Women Voters of Tennessee, and several Tennessee voters, including former Democratic State Senator Brenda Gilmore. After Nashville was splintered into three congressional districts, former Democratic U.S. Representative Jim Cooper of Nashville declined to seek re-election, claiming he couldn't win under the new layout. Ultimately, Representative John Rose won re-election by about 33 percentage points. Representative Mark Green won another term by 22 points, and Representative Andy Ogles won his first term by 13 points in the district vacated, in that one district vacated by Democratic U.S. Representative Jim Cooper. So 3 Republicans won by a colossal amount when they carved it into 3 districts instead of it being 1. Tennessee now has 8 Republicans in the House, with just 1 Democrat left, representing Memphis, and that's U.S. Representative Steve Cohen. In the original complaint, the plaintiffs argued that all 3 of the candidates of choice for minority voters lost their congressional bids in the Nashville area in 2022. Y'all see what's going on here? What's going on here is this: the same thing that we had go on in South Carolina. They're saying, oh, this isn't a racial thing. This is partisan issue. Now, here's what you got to know. In the Supreme Court decision, a few years back, where they said that they're not going to get involved in issues that are deemed political gerrymandering. And so what happens is, every time a situation that truly is racial gerrymandering, the lawyers and people on the other side say, this has nothing to do with race, but this is political gerrymandering because we do want our own people to win. And so that's why you had them carving out those districts in Mississippi so that black people lost seats. They carved out districts in Alabama so that black people lost seats. They carved out districts in Florida so that black people lost seats. They carved out districts in South Carolina, aided by Jim Clyburn, where black people lost seats. And so they claimed it to be politically based when it was really racially based, because they knew black people overwhelmingly voted Democrat. And if they split up the black vote, it would go Republican. So we're just splitting hairs here. We know what it's about. It is about targeting black people. It is a racial gerrymander, but they get the benefit and cover from the Supreme Court and racist bastards like Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas that voted that, oh no, we'll only get into we don't bother with political gerrymanders. That's for the states to figure out. And now they gave them cover. What they basically told them is, just don't say it's racial, say it's politically based, because they know with black voters specifically, you can say something is politically based because black voters overwhelmingly vote Democrat. So you can say, this had nothing to do with them being black. This had everything to do with this being too many Democrats here. Just a mess. Thank you, L Love. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's what we got going on here. Don't fall for the sauce. That's why I tell people, especially in these local and state races, more so than president, you have to overwhelmingly vote in some of these local and state races, because what happens is they want to dilute your vote. They don't want you to have any representation. Tennessee is one of the most racist state legislatures in all of America. As much as we talk about Texas, as much as we talk about Florida, as much as we talk about some other states, Tennessee is here for all of the racism. Shout out to the Justin twins, as I call them, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, who be on the floor of the Tennessee House doing the Lord's work. In other good news, all of the people that Governor death sentence were supporting for school board seats lost in the primaries. Of the 23 school board, well, not all of them, I should say, of the 23 school board candidates that Ron DeSantis endorsed this election cycle, the preliminary results from Tuesday's primary elections are saying that 11 of those candidates lost their bid on Tuesday, including some incumbents in conservative leaning counties. Meanwhile, 6 of DeSantis's preferred candidates won their race, and 6 were poised to advance to a November runoff after no one in their contests cleared 50% of the vote. So, like I said, we're making ground over in Florida. I just wish the Democratic Party would put more money into Florida. Florida is not red. Florida is absolutely purple and is winnable. Welp, welp, welp. Here we go. We are back at it. Y'all know how much time we spent on this case. Listen, y'all. Listen. We got an update, y'all. Y'all know we spent a lot of time talking about Dwight Howard, Stephen Harper, and their case where Dwight Howard allegedly had a bust down, a romp in the hay with Stephen Harper. Well, the case has been dismissed. Now, did I forget to mention? Not only was it Dwight and Stephen, don't forget Miss Kitty. Hey, Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty. Child, girl. Y'all know Miss Kitty was involved in the threesome as well. Anyway, so according to ESPN, let me read this. According to ESPN, a civil lawsuit against former NBA star Dwight Howard alleging sexual assault and battery has been dismissed, according to a court filing. The dismissal came Monday in Gwinnett County Court in Georgia and was filed by Stephen Harper. Stephen Harper is the guy on the right, who initially filed the lawsuit against Dwight Howard in July of last year. In Monday's filing, Stephen Harper dismissed all the claims he had asserted against Dwight Howard with prejudice, meaning he cannot refile the lawsuit on those claims again. Justin Bailey, one of Dwight Howard's attorneys, told ESPN that no money was paid to Stephen Harper in exchange for him dropping the lawsuit against Dwight Howard. Stephen Harper's attorneys didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Now, how many of y'all believe that shit? I don't believe no parts of it. Baby, listen. Somebody got paid off. Somebody got paid off. And now we don't get to see Miss Kitty in her kitten heels. Because I just know Miss Kitty was going to come in some kitten heels. Let me take this banner down, see what kind of heels Miss Kitty got on. You can't really see the heels in that picture right there. But Miss Kitty was going to be right up at that trial in her kitten heels. That's what they call them, kitten heels. We was looking forward to it. Y'all can't tell me Dwight ain't paid these people, okay? Child. Y'all know we was looking forward to seeing Miss Kitty on the stand, okay? You say nobody was paid. Him and Dwight got back together. Child. Girl, was Miss Kitty involved too, Xavier? You don't know Xavier. I just want to know if they did get back together. Was Miss Kitty there? Paid and signed NDAs? Mm-hmm. You know it, Nessa. You know it. Child, girl. I was real disappointed when I saw this morning. I said, Miss Kitty. Who is Miss Kitty? Miss Kitty was the reason why the lawsuit was filed. Stephen Harper, Mama went over there, caught the whole Uber. Thank you, L Love, for another super sticker. Mama caught the whole Uber, the Uber. Ow! She caught the Uber down to the Dwight Howard to get his back blown out. And Dwight was like, okay. Next thing you know, Miss Kitty came out the bathroom. And Dwight was like, if we gonna do something, Miss Kitty got to be involved. And so Miss Kitty, he was mad because from how the story goes, he ended up getting his back blown out by Miss Kitty and not by Dwight. He just ended up sucking on Dwight's stuff, and Dwight ended up sucking on his stuff. But he ain't get his back blown out by Dwight. The back blowing out was done by Miss Kitty. I'm just telling you what was in the in the lawsuit. I don't know what to say. I'm just telling you what was in the lawsuit. Don't look at me. I'm just saying. For the sake of the kid, they say his child was in the other room. Remember in the lawsuit, they said his son, I think his son is like 11 or something like that. They say the son was sleeping in the other room. Child. Yeah. Dwight got a little meat on him. We seen his meat when his meat pictures came out years ago. He got a little meat on him. Mm-hmm. Child. They say Dwight a eater, honey. They say, listen. They say Dwight sucks skin off potatoes, honey. Anyway, well, I'm sure you glad this got worked out, Dwight. I'm sure you glad you scratched that check and gave it to him and made him sign that NDA. Child. Anyway, that's all I got for you today, Dwight. Go with God. So, in the other big pop culture celebrity news today, in more American Airlines ain't shit news. This is why I fly Delta. I don't know why y'all fuck with American Airlines or United. Them hoes ain't shit. Juvenile was disrespected. Is the latest black person disrespected by American Airlines. So Juvenile was on a flight. Him and his wife got on the flight. The flight that they paid for first class because it's Juvenile. You got a little bit of change. Listen, he gonna have change for the rest of his life just for back that ass up. So him and his wife sitting on the plane, sitting in first class, and the lady was like, we've downgraded your seats. And they were like, what the fuck you mean you downgraded our seats? We paid for these seats. Yeah, y'all need to go on back to coach. To which Juvenile was like, the fuck you mean we going to coach? We're not going to no fucking coach. Fuck you and fuck your life. Well, they were like, well, I'm sorry. That's just what it is. So him and his wife got off. He said, don't even worry about it. Let me deboard. I'm not even gonna fly y'all. I'll go fly Delta. And got it all caught up. There's a whole video. All caught on video. Mind you, this is after all of the shit that American Airlines been going on. Remember a couple months ago, there was an American Airlines flight. I think they were going from Los Angeles to New York. And they made all of the black men on the airplane deboard because they alleged somebody complained of body odor, but conveniently, only all of the black men were asked to leave the airplane. And these black men didn't even know each other. They say it was like 8 black men. None of them even knew each other. But all of the black men had to get off the airplane because somebody was complaining of body odor. And we come to find out it was one of the white white male flight attendants that complained and made all of the black men get off. It was a whole racist thing. Remember the situation with the black woman that was a former judge and a college professor who they locked her in the bathroom, and then when she tried to get out, they told her she couldn't use the bathroom in first class no more. She had to go use the bathroom back in coach. Just a mess. Tried to make her husband give up his seat next to his wife. Child, I thank you so much for your contributions tonight, L Love. Thank you for the love. You think it was his wife B-Day trip too? Listen, I don't know. What I do know is this ain't a good look, American Airlines. I don't fly them hoes anyway, and I wouldn't recommend y'all fly them. I'm a Delta girl. I fly Delta all of the time, and if I can't get Delta, then I might slum it up with Southwest. But that's about it. That's about it. I might do a JetBlue every now and again. If I can't get Delta, my go-tos are Southwest or JetBlue. Them not, that's it. After that, we just don't need to go. If I can't get down one of them three, we just don't need to go. Don't, don't. We don't need to go. It ain't meant for us to go. Thank you, Quintessential, for your cash app. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So listen, avoid American Airlines. Where's the NAACP letter saying boycott American Airlines like they said boycott Florida? Miss Baythang said it's been 20 years since she flew American Airlines, child. I'm just saying. Jim Bunny says she like JetBlue. Green girl like me, Delta and Southwest, but I do JetBlue too. I did see it. I mentioned it on the live yesterday, Ravine. I did. Go watch the live. I did mention it, and thank you. I mentioned it on the live yesterday. Ravine, if you didn't hear it, I'm sorry. Thank you, my love. I don't want you to think that I'm not appreciative. Thank you so much. I thought I mentioned it on the live. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Thank you as well. Go with God. The only reason I have this up is because we're gonna be real fast. That thing right there, whatever that is right there, just announced that he just announced or just had a gender reveal for his 5th child. I forgot which baby mama this is. This might be the 5th baby mama. It's either the 4th or 5th baby mama. I just want you to know, Montrez and Xavier, that this is what the women in your generation are losing their mind over. Gen Z women are losing their minds over this type of function. We didn't have that in my generation. In my generation, we had motherfuckers that look like something. Y'all over here procreating with the likes of this bastard. That's the same guy who we reported on told the Little League football team, oh yeah, don't smoke because it's going to be too good to you. This Xavier and Montrez generation, I don't know what to tell y'all. This y'all generation, not mine. They over here dog walking each other to get a chance to get at him. They over here beating each other down to get to them some raggedy ass Kodak Black straight out of Pompano, Florida. You say he got 5x5? Oh, okay. I thought it was 5 baby mamas with 5 kids and 5 baby mamas. Xavier, you not over there fighting the women to get up at Kodak? Cause they say this is what your generation like. I'm just saying, Xavier. I know you trying to get a piece of Kodak. Talk about that's real trade. Child. I ain't got nothing for it, honey. I don't know. But y'all over here listen, y'all over here putting footprints on ceilings for the likes of this. I just can't do it. I gotta move on. Sir, go with God. In our last story of the day, I told y'all we got to get out of here because we got 3 lives today. In good news, Megan Thee has been announced. It's been announced that she's going to be the host of the 2024 MTV VMAs. Yeah, they are scheduled to air on September 11th at 8 o'clock. Shout out to Megan Thee. Megan Thee will be the host of this year's MTV Video Music Awards. Excuse me. We happy for you, Megan. We real happy for you. I like that orange hair. Not orange, orange. We do Gen Z dirty. Y'all should know we don't do y'all dirty. Y'all just look dirty. Look at that young man. We do y'all dirty. No, we don't do y'all dirty. Dirty is this. Okay? We don't do y'all dirty. Y'all do yourselves dirty. Girl. But yes, Megan Thee Stallion. Shout out to her. We are so happy for her. Congratulations to her. We are happy for Megan. I'm happy for all of Megan's successes and all of the things that she's doing. Even though she had to deal with a fuck boy like Tory Lanez, she's still out here doing the goddamn thing and winning. And we're happy for her. That's all we got for today, y'all. Listen. Xavier, I'm trying, but your generation is not helping. That young man got 5 kids by 5 baby mamas. God. Anyway, y'all, we about to get out of here. I got to get me something to eat in my system. And not you go spray him with roach spray. Ciao. We'll be back. I do have an interview at 7:30. You can come around for that if you should so choose. But watch party, it says 8:45, but I'm gonna try to get on as close to 8:30 as I can. Just depends on how the interview goes, okay? So I'm gonna try to get on as close to 8:30 as I can, but by 8:45 we should be on. So y'all be back around here tonight for the watch party. We're gonna do it all again. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Thank you so much for all of your contributions today, L Love. I love you. Thank you so much, Quintessential, for your contribution. Listen, we are so grateful. It's 4x5. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nessa. One had 2 kids. Oh, child, she went back. She ran it back. Oh, God. Child. Anyway, girl, how do you run it back on that? But thank y'all so much. Thank you, L Love. Thank you, Quintessential, for y'all contributions. We will be back here tonight. We're going to watch Kamala. We're going to watch everybody else that's coming up tonight. And we'll do it again like no other. Until then, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all so much. I'll see y'all in a bit.